I mean, Brandon, I hesitate to use the term, but I almost feel resurrected.
Mm, yeah.
I was
Amen.
literally, I couldn't get out of my own way. I told you, I couldn't walk 50 feet, 20 feet without being out of breath. And now, I can, aside from my knees, being shot, I can't, I could maybe, sprint 50 yards if I had to, you know what I mean? But it's not a cardio issue. It's just it's an orthopedic issue.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as, doing, low impact, cardio, cycling, things like that, it's just, I'm in better shape now than I was when I was in my late 20s. There's all kinds of spiritual warfare, whatever it is, whether it's whether it's somebody who's struggling with a weight issue, they'll he'll use that. I mean, whatever weakness you have, he'll find it. That's and it's not necessarily, obviously there's a lot of things going on, universally. I mean, as far as spiritual warfare, I mean, some people may not believe that, but I mean, there's demonic presences, they're always attacking us, or trying to screw up our walk one way or another, and that's they can be used in so many different ways. Whatever, if you have a weakness, they'll find it. I know I can count on them. I mean, even this last thing I had, after the surgery, the infection and whatever. I say, you know what, God, I know you got this. I'm not gonna worry about it. It's, I mean, not that I just was not proactive and didn't do anything about it. I mean, obviously I went to the doctor and I, did whatever I had to do to deal with it. I'm still dealing with it, but I trust him. I just trust him, and I know no matter what, and I don't care, if something were to happen and I were to get sick and die, I still know he's got my back, and I know he's gonna have my family's back. It is what it is. My faith has grown, exponentially, certainly in the last several years, because I've seen his hand at work in so many different areas. He's never left my side. I mean, everything. I mean, let me tell you, losing my daughter was like the hardest thing that I could ever imagine. You know what I mean? It was just like, losing a kid, your child is just miserable. I can't even. There's no way to put it into words. It just feels like, game over. You just. But he got me through it. He picked me up, dusted me off. And I said, oh, I certainly, I was, for a while there, I just didn't want to know nothing from anybody, but, I mean, certainly, shortly after, her passing, obviously I had a tasked with having to go clear out all her stuff out of her apartment. And, my now wife and my now family was, she was my girlfriend at the time. We'd only known each other, 3 or 4 weeks. She was right by my side and helped me get through that. And it was a big thing. I mean, I couldn't have done it on my own. But God put the right people in my life who were there. My son was there, to help me with it, and she was, and her kids, which are my step kids now. And so he just provides. We're able to get it done. It was just. And then, moving forward, the whole process of the adoption process, there were a lot of challenges there, even with my health and whatnot. And he just kept on making things happen. Just kept on, little miracles all along the way.